Hey there YouTube. So I made another video on this meter here. This is the MFJ 870. Claims to be a peak reading SWR and watt meter. It's got PEP and average, forward, reverse, 3300, 3000 watt scale. I bought it because it had decent reviews on I don't remember if I got this. I think I got it on Amazon or eBay, one or the other, from one of the, radio store sellers. But it had some shitty reviews, but most of them were good, so I grabbed it. $100, just about. With free shipping. I think it was like 98 bucks free shipping. I figured, pretty good deal, right? I wanted it for that peak reading. I'll tell you, average is fine. The reverse works fine, the SWR is fine. Everything on it works great except for the peak. This thing does not read peak. Not at all. If you guys have seen a peak reading meter, you know how it'll creep slowly. It's just, you'll see this one. I'll key it up. It'll slam over, stop, and then you sometimes even come back. Here, let me show you how it does on the striker here. This radio here. Now keep in mind, I've got this radio turned down so I can use it with my 2x8. But just to show you, and I'm going somewhere with this, so watch. Hello. Let me turn that Roger beep up. See how it slams over and comes right back? Hello. 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 It's not the limiter pulling it back, because I can put it on a couple other meters and it doesn't do that. This meter just sucks in peak. Let me switch over to the Cobra. My comp tune Cobra 29 here. Same scale. This is a hotter radio, but still. Hello. Does the same exact thing. Hello. 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 And believe me, this radio is not doing hello. It's not doing that wattage. This thing was done up by Hopper, and it's got all the shit done to it. Believe me, this thing's swinging. This meter sucks. Let me turn my amp on. I'm going to turn it on the 2x8 position. We all know what a 2x8 does. Oops, I got to go to the 3000 watt scale. That's right, I've got it set at a 200 watt dad key, but the peak isn't right. Hello. 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 You guys know that thing is not reading like a peak reading meter. Now stand by real quick. So here's a little cheap, what people say, especially the ham guys, is a piece of junk. This little Workman HP 201S. Let me tell you something. This meter is way more accurate on the peak setting. Well, that's what this is, a peak reading meter. And this one doesn't even have a powered circuit in it. And this reads peak. It reads it correctly. If I put that Cobra on here, believe me, it's going to damn near bury that 50 watt scale right there. And I had the striker on here. I know what it does. I've got two of these. They read identical. I've had them on bird meters. I've had them on other types of meters. They all read pretty darn close. That MFJ up there in peak sucks. It's terrible on peak. It does everything else fine, but in peak, it's nonsense. And I bought two of those stupid meters now. Now here's where I'm going with this. I sent MFJ an email about their meter. And I explained to them that they're calling this a peak reading meter. but it does not have a powered circuit for the peak circuit. It's not powered. The only thing powered about this is the light right there, the backlight. And, you know, anyone in radios knows that. To read peak correctly, like a bird meter with the peak kit, it has the powered circuit. That's how a peak reading meter is. Some of these other ones, like that little Workman I showed you, they're fairly good, but it's still not a true peak reading meter. It does a hell of a lot better job than this piece of junk, though. So I explained it all to MFJ. I know they've heard it all before because I know other people have contacted them about this. I've read about it online. And they came back with a really stupid response. What I basically asked them was, you know, I understand even though it's called a peak reading meter, it doesn't have a peak reading circuit. It falls way short on the peak scale. I mean, we're talking at least 500 watts on the 3000 watt scale. It's falling short. And on the 30 watt scale even, it's fallen big time short. So I asked them, is there any way to modify the circuitry in there or do anything to get it to read accurate peak reading numbers? And, you know, I mentioned that I read online that, you know, other people are having the same problems. And whoever answered my email just came back, who said that? That's not true. They don't know what they're talking about. So I sent them an email and I said, well, you know, that's not the information I'm looking for. Maybe you can forward this to your technical department and, you know, you can try to get me an answer. I really want to know if there's any way I can salvage this meter to use it on peak before I have to go and buy a new meter. And they never responded. It's been over a week. I'd say this, guys. If you like your MFJ stuff, that's great. I try to like this meter. The damn thing isn't accurate. I have two of them. Neither one are accurate, and they both read 50 watts different from one another, brand new out of the box. And for them to come back with an ignorant response in an email to me like that, and then not even follow up. I wasn't rude to them or anything. I'm just trying to get down to it to see if they've experienced any way to change the circuitry in there. You know, I don't want to open this up and ruin it, so I'm asking them, the manufacturer of it. And, you know, they never got back to me after that. And I've heard that from other people too. So, think what you want about this MFJ stuff. I'll never buy another piece of their equipment again. As far as I'm concerned, it's junk and there's absolutely no customer service there to help you. So, that's been my experience. If you like yours, I'm happy. Maybe you've got an older product. I don't know. You know, the same goes for that high gain antenna I've got. It's not a real high gain. MFJ's bought it. MFJ owns it now. They still use the name high gain, Penetrator SPT 500, but they changed the damn tuning network on it. And it's not near as broadbanded now. It works. I'm using it. I think it's a good antenna. I wish they would have left the tuning network alone, you know, before MFJ got a hold of it and cheapened it up. But, you know, that's why I'm coming to YouTube to make this video. I know a lot of people won't see it, but hopefully the ones that do, you know, will kind of think about it a little before they give their money to a company like this. All right, folks, thanks. Have a good one.